All right, let's talk about one of the biggest glow-ups ever, Sung Jin-woo from Solo Leveling. I mean, how does a guy who's literally known as the world's weakest hunter become, well, the strongest? The answer, and this is the key, isn't just about getting a power-up. It's about pain. You know, that nickname, the world's weakest hunter, it's the first thing everyone thinks of, right? But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. It doesn't tell you the real story, the gut-wrenching reason he was even stepping foot in those dungeons to begin with, day in and day out. Okay, so to really get how he climbed so high, we've got to go all the way back down to rock bottom. Let's dig into what it was really like being Sung Jin-woo at the start of it all. Just look at this. It's insane. He's diving into E-rank dungeons, places so dangerous that even other low-level hunters are like, nah, I'm good. And the reward for risking his life every single day? A couple $100, maybe, on a good day. This isn't a job, it's a death wish. And this is what you really gotta understand. He wasn't doing this for glory, okay? He wasn't trying to be some big shot hero. This was pure, desperate survival. And it wasn't even just about his survival. Because here's where it gets so much deeper. See, the monsters and the dungeons, that was just his day job. His real battle, the heaviest burden he had to carry, was his family. I mean, picture this. He's just a kid, really, only 18, but he's the man of the house. His dad, who was this legendary hunter, just disappeared. His mom is in a coma from this thing called eternal sleep, and the hospital bills are just piling up like crazy. On top of all that, he's got his little sister, and he's determined to pay for her education. Every single cent he scrapes together is gone before he even gets it. And yeah, this quote, it just hits you right in the chest, doesn't it? That's his entire world right there. He's fully aware he's the weakest guy in the room. He knows that every time he steps through a gate, it could be his last. But the thought of letting his family down, to him, that was so much scarier than dying. So, you have the physical danger, right? But that wasn't even the half of it. The real war, the ugliest one, was the one he was fighting inside his own head. These were the scars that nobody saw, that constant flicker of hope that maybe, just maybe, his dad would walk through the door again, crushed by the fear that he was gone for good. And the shame, oh man, the absolute humiliation of always being the one who needed saving, of hearing the other hunters whisper and laugh, that's a special kind of hell. And that's the thing, isn't it? What the world thought of him, it didn't matter. Not really. Because his own self-judgment was 1,000 times harsher. In his mind, he wasn't just a weak hunter. No, he was a failure. A failure as a son, a failure as a brother. And that's what was really killing him. And then, everything changed. Right when he hit his absolute lowest point, when it looked like it was all over, something impossible happened. I'm talking, of course, about the double dungeon. So his raid party gets tricked, lured into this hidden, high-level dungeon. It's a slaughter. And in a final, incredible act of sacrifice, Jin-woo stays behind so the others can get away. He's literally bleeding out, left for dead. And that's when it appears, this weird, game-like screen right in front of his eyes, giving him an offer. Now, this system, it wasn't just some lucky power-up. It was more like a rebirth. It was like the universe itself looked at this one guy, all his suffering, his sacrifices, his absolute refusal to give up on his family, and said, you know what? You've earned this. You've earned a second chance. So, with this insane new power, what's the first thing he does? Go for revenge? Chase fame and fortune? Nope, not even close. His mission didn't change one bit. And that's so important. The power was brand new, but the reason he was fighting, that was ancient. The system was just a means to an end. It was the tool he desperately needed to finally do what he'd been trying to do from the very beginning. His checklist stayed exactly the same. 1, cure his mother. 2, protect his sister and secure her future. 3, find the truth about his father. And 4, a big one, destroy every last trace of the weak, helpless person he used to be. So with every single level up, it wasn't just about his stats going up. It was a victory for his soul. It was him taking that old version of himself, the one he despised, the one who was powerless to help anyone, and burying it one monster at a time. Which brings us to the heart of his whole story, really. True power, the kind that actually matters, it doesn't come from being born lucky. It's forged in pain. It's about getting knocked flat on your ass 100 times and having the will to get up on the 101st. Look, the reason Sung Jin-woo's story hits so hard is because we've all felt powerless at some point, right? We all know what it's like to carry a heavy weight. His journey is this amazing reminder that what really defines us is how we handle that pain. So it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? If you got that second chance, what would you overcome?